Welcome, everybody, to the Jim Thomas Gym Business Explainer. We're going to be digging into a white paper from Jim Thomas himself. And really, our whole goal today is to give you some real actionable insights that you can use to build a stronger and way more profitable fitness business. And hey, this explainer is powered by maxmembers.ai. I want to give a huge welcome to everyone listening in. Whether you're a gym owner, an operator, a manager, in sales, a budding entrepreneur, or a personal trainer, we're glad you're here. Oh, and a quick heads up for any of you out there. If you're thinking about opening a new gym or maybe acquiring one, or you just need some working capital to grow, we can help you with funding options up to $500K. And the best part? It's unsecured with no restrictions on how you use it. Just check us out at fmconsulting.net for that. All right, let's just jump right in. Look at this number, $100,000. Now, for way too many folks in our industry, this isn't a number to celebrate. Nope. This is the sound of a really, really painful mistake. It's that investment, you know the one, that just never, ever paid off. Yup, that's the price tag for chasing the last big thing. You totally know the story, right? Some hot new concept just blows up out of nowhere. The vendors are calling, telling you you can't miss this, and then, 6 months later, what do you have? A room full of dusty equipment and a whole lot of faded hype. So today, we're going to break down exactly how you can stop that from ever happening again. So to really get how this happens, we're going to look at 5, let's call them cautionary tales. These are real-deal examples of hyped-up ideas that ended up being total financial train wrecks for a lot of gym owners. First on the list, the whole Peloton-style at-home fitness craze. Remember the panic during lockdown? It was absolutely real. Gym owners were just pouring cash into streaming platforms, totally convinced that the physical gym was a dinosaur. But then came the reality check, right? Tech budgets went through the roof. But all that money couldn't replace the things people actually come to a gym for: community, accountability, and a real live coach pushing them. The smart operators, they saw it for what it was, just a temporary spike, not some permanent earthquake in the industry. All right, next up, oh man, the hyper-recovery rooms. You've seen these, I'm sure. Gyms were dropping 50, 100, even 150 grand on things like cryotherapy chambers and all this other high-tech recovery gear. Everyone was sold this bill of goods that this was the future. So what really happened? Well, it was pretty grim. Nobody was using them. They cost a fortune to maintain. And that return on investment? It was basically infinite. You know, Jim Thomas makes a killer point here. If you have to work super hard to convince your members why they should even want something, that's a huge flashing red flag. When people really want something, you don't have to persuade them. And then came the era of extreme boutique studios. I mean, think about some of the wilder ones. Goat yoga, trampoline-only gyms, infrared hot hit. These super niche ideas, they looked so fresh and exciting on the surface. But here's the trap, right? When your entire business is built on just one quirky idea, man, you are so vulnerable. What happens when the newness fades? And this is a big one. So many owners mistake a viral Instagram post for actual, sustainable long-term demand. Let me tell you, they are not the same thing. Not even close. Number 4 on our flop list, the whole data is everything movement. You saw gyms build their entire brand around wearable tech. They had leaderboards plastered on every wall, constant biometric tracking. The whole idea was to turn fitness into a video game using data. But in the real world, it just led to technology fatigue. Your coaches turned into screen watchers instead of being actual human connectors. And that all-important human touch, it just vanished. Here's the key takeaway. Data is an awesome tool to help a coach, but it's a total failure when it tries to replace that genuine human connection. And our last one, number 5, the free membership model. Now, on paper, this sounds like a game changer, doesn't it? Give away free access to the gym and then make all your money on the back end with personal training, supplements, all the upsells. But let's look at what actually happened to the bottom line. The financials were crazy. Revenue would go up, but profitability would go down. Sure, you get a ton of people in the door, but it's low-quality, high-churn traffic. It just creates chaos and completely destroys the culture you're trying to build. So all of this, it brings us to the million-dollar question, right? How in the world do you tell the difference between a flashy fad that's going to die out and a real solid trend that you can actually build a profitable business on? And this right here, this lays it out perfectly. Look at a fad. It's all about speed, media hype, and novelty.
It's like a firework. A real trend, on the other hand, is totally different. It solves a basic human need, it makes your business run better, it beefs up your profit margins, and it's got staying power for years to come.
Okay, so how do you actually use this? We've got a super practical tool for you. Think of it as a 7-point filter, a checklist you can run every single potential investment through to avoid these exact mistakes. Seriously, before you drop a single dime on the next big thing, just run it through this checklist. Be brutally honest with yourself. Does this actually improve my margins? Is this still going to make sense in 5 years? And this one's my personal favorite. Would I even want this if Instagram didn't exist? Just going through this simple process can save you from making most of those 6-figure mistakes we talked about. And that brings us to the real heart of it all. The real lasting trend in the fitness world, it's not a shiny new machine, it's not some viral class. Nope. It's something much, much closer to home. It really boils down to this incredible quote from Jim Thomas. Chasing trends feels exciting. Building fundamentals builds wealth. That's it. The gym owners who win in the long run, they're the ones who professionalize their business. They absolutely master their sales process, their member retention, their staff development, all of it. So, we're going to leave you with one final question to really think about as you look at your own gym. Is that next big investment you're considering, is it designed to create a little temporary excitement, or is it going to build you lasting wealth? Look, if you're serious about strengthening those fundamentals and building a real strategy for wealth, honestly, the smartest investment you could possibly make is just having a conversation. You can reach out to Jim Thomas directly. His number is 214-629-7223. Or you can shoot him an email at jthomas@fmconsulting.net. And that about wraps it up for our explainer today. Hey, make sure you check out our sponsor, Gym Business Manager. It's the best gym software on the market, hands down. You can find them at gymbusinessmanager.com. Thanks so much for tuning in.